Okay, that looks okay. This all looks good. Let me send word out. I'm half an hour late. I'm so on time. Yep. This is not a meme. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Very cutesy art. Very cutesy. Very small. New game. Are you sure you want to start a new game? Alt tab will be... do I want to start a new game? Yes. Alt tab will be deleted. There's no difference between... No. Oh, that's so cute. Victoria Clair and the Mystery Express. Designed by Michael Kang. I just butchered that name. Clair Detective Agency, August 1920. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. I don't see this going well. Oh! Ow. Dad comes home. Do stuff with Dad. Oh, that's sweet. Typewriter. Letter from Miss Clair. Grabbing the cat. Seems like the priorities are straight here. Look, all I'm saying is if Dad's going to be on a month-long investigation, then the least I can do is have a little fun too. Hey now. Oh, is she talking? Hey now, watching the shop means taking on clients, right? So really, I'm doing just what Dad wanted me to. I don't feel like that's quite right. Something is wrong here.
Come on.
Oh, come on. Since when did you get so conscientious? Something up with my right? No. Anyway, we're in for a nice and cozy trip to Chicago to go meet Mr. Fullscene and see what's up. Until then, it's party time. Oh, but the letter did mention there was some stuff we had to do on the train as well. Ugh, where did I put it? Ah, right here. Okay, let's see. Crisis in Chicago. Come meet me right away. Blah, blah, blah. First class train tickets. Hello, Lost. Hello. Welcome. I hope it's not too loud or too quiet. The sound balance on this game seems a little off. First class train tickets. And here it is. Please chat with my daughter for a briefing of the case. Her name is a number? This can't be right at all. Puzzle number 1, room numbers. Sounds fine. That's good. Mr. Fullscene left a note telling me who to contact for more details on the job, but he didn't leave any names, just a room number. Worse still, this room doesn't even exist on the train. Maybe I'm just not reading this right. Who is the mystery contact? Not this one. I can immediately rule out C, Ellie. Oh. I'm sorry, but how do you mess this up?
Let's see here. I knew it.
What's wrong with naming a child a number? Yeah, that's right. Mr. Frolstein wasn't writing a room number. It was a name. I just had to turn it upside down. Back to Express.
Well,
Ah, so I was just holding the paper upside down. Anyway, it looks like we have to find someone named Ellie. Or Elle. It could be Elle too. Meow. Right, but that's boring. We can find this girl when we disembark in Chicago. Have you seen how great this train is? We have to enjoy it. 2 huge comfy beds, room service, and a nice big window. I don't know, this is hard for my funny brain. You literally just flip it upside down. Easy peasy. And it's all totally paid for. I wonder how many pastries I can order at once. If you want to go exploring, just be back in time for dinner. That Elle girl can wait. My plan is to stay in the stateroom and read all the way to Chicago. Nothing short of murder is going to drag me away from this book. Foreshadowing much. 2 days later. Ah, yes, this is the life. You know, here I think the fact that I don't have to pay for them makes the strawberry shortcakes taste even better. If only we could move the bathroom in here as well, then I'd truly never have to leave. I can hear if there are people in the hallway, and I went when the coast was clear. And besides, I told you, I'm not talking to Belle now. Elle, okay? Okay. Hello, Miss Claire. This is Elle. Yep. That went well. Speak of the Elle. Dev Elle. Nice. Something dreadful has happened on board. Huh? Sir, it's urgent. You see, we found Mr. Wedgehurst dead this morning. What? A real murder? Wait a sec. I don't even know who that is. Hello? Oh, hi. Hello. You can come in. Father said Mr. Clair, the investigator, was to have a room. Did I make a mistake? There's no mistake. Mr. Clair is my dad. I'm Victoria Clair, and this is Hercules, my cat. Dad is out of the office this month on a long investigation, so he sent me instead. Well, if you really are his daughter, then I suppose that makes sense. Still, what if you're an imposter? Look, I get you're suspicious. I may not be my dad, but I'm still Claire. And it sounds like there's something all afoot. Something you could really use a detective's help with. You're right, but I don't know if I can trust you quite so easily. I know. When you're ready to investigate, meet me in the hallway. I'll set up a little test for you. See if you're really who you say you are. Ta-da! Ta-ta! Meow. I know, I can't believe it either. Someone actually died? That's horrible. Well, we'd better go see what Elle wants. Right, then I'm here to prove that I'm really Victoria Clair, daughter of James Clair, the detective. Why is the detective agency named after her, then? This is why you're the detective, Kit Hedge. Nice. I like being smart. That's nice. Oh, good. There you are. Here's the deal. We're very desperate for help on this case, and I find you pretty trustworthy. I'm not sure why, but I do. So how about you solve this puzzle? It's a simple one. If you're really a detective, it should be a piece of cake. A puzzle, huh? Bring it on. How did you even find this game? I looked up mystery and started scrolling after I set it to 3 single player, and there was one other thing I clicked. It was like free single player and one other thing. It wasn't mystery, actually. Free single player, and there was English. That was what it was. I set it to English. I didn't want to play something in another language. A puzzle, huh? Bring it on. On Steam. That's just how I did it. Baffling bridges. Puzzle 2. Okay. Try chasing your path. Visited bridges will turn red. On this tropical island, archipelago, it is impossible to travel a path that crosses each bridge once and only once. However, the local residents noticed that such a trip could be made possible by adding just a single new bridge. Dotted lines represent bridges that could exist. Which bridge, if added, would make it possible to draw a path that crosses every bridge except one? You may visit each island as many times as is necessary, and your path may start on any island. So, reaching... That's not it. Nope, reset. Oh, I see, it's a maze. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are they talking about? It is impossible to travel a path that crosses each bridge once and only once. What are you talking about? 1, 2, 3. What the heck? Residents noticed that such a trip could be made possible. On the tropical island archipelago, it is impossible to travel a path that crosses each bridge once. Oh, every bridge once. Okay, reset. So if you're trying to travel every bridge, maybe it would be B then. Okay, I see. Okay. As we travel each bridge. Each single bridge. How would you solve this, Detective Hedge? You have a talent for finding extremely obscure games. I'll take that as a compliment. What if instead I did something like from the center I go out? No, let's try it. Okay. Start at the center and go. And if I do that, then I get stuck here. If I do that one, then no. Okay, this is actually pretty difficult. And then if I went there, I could then go. No. That one remains unpassed. This makes it pretty difficult. So if I went there and then... I have to go like that. So if I do this, this is just a terrible move. And then I go up. Just to go back this way. Reset. What if we go this way? Up, 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 up! Nope, I still leave 2 bridges uncrossed. Wait, what if we start from here and instead do it like 1, 2... So D is, if the choose D, reset. So, reset. So if I choose D, if I go do, okay. Wait, no, I did this wrong. I think D's the right answer, but if I choose D and then I go, say... No, I did it wrong. We choose A instead, and then we go down, and we go up and around. Nope. What if we choose C? This way, this way. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. This way, this way. I'm missing the 1 bridge. Okay. This one might be possible. So if we start here, this way, this way, this way. Maybe if I do it instead, like, no, that won't work. Nope. So that way. Okay. You already met your match, detective. Detective! Ha ha, I get it. I reserve that. If we just follow the outside curve and then... No, it's got to be a windy path. So like this, and this would be a route, maybe. It'd almost have to be like... like that than to go in. But no, that's wrong. It would have to be like... No, it's wrong. There. 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 Like, I could see... What if instead I do... I do... Nope. There. That's a steady start, and then... we can... I haven't used that bridge yet, so... Cross C. Or rather, we can do... up, over, down. No. If we go this way... Okay. What if we round it off there, then? If we start at this corner, there, got it. Submit.
This is my.
I got it in the end. Your planning skills, detective.
Clair.
It's literally elementary, detective. Your planning skills, detective. I always knew you could do better. I always knew you could do it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm bad. Great work! This puzzle is adapted from an old problem about 7 bridges in the city of Königsberg, and it was solved by Euler, the mid-18th century, but it's a lot more fun to boardwalk it in an island paradise, don't you think? Back to Express. I feel like I would know. You made quick work of that one. It's been 22 minutes, guys. That's right, just a little Clair. Get it? It's funny because it's a rhymes, and my last name is Clair. Yeah, well, maybe I'm embarrassed to be seen in public with you two. Anyway, it's sorry state of affairs. Here's what happened this morning. Mr. Cornelius Renwick was the first to report the death of Mr. Wedgerhurst. They shared a stateroom in the back sleeper car. Minnie would fumble for 30 minutes compared to you, Detective. Yeah, no, I doubt that. Thanks for the compliment, though. They shared a stateroom in the back sleeper car. Here at Fulton Fortress Car Company, we run a pretty tight operation. So as soon as we heard about it, our security launched an investigation. These people have a private security force? Wow. The cause of death was poison. You should talk to Helena about it. She's a retired nurse who was able to identify the poison for us. If you run into anyone else, talk to them as well. It's important that we know what all 5 passengers were up to last night. I'll be working with security to roll out the edge cases and gather more info about last night's timeline. Please come talk to me if you have any questions about the case. I'll be right there. I'll be here. Thanks, Elle. I will. Hey, she was actually really helpful and cool. We should have chatted with her sooner, Eric. Don't you think? Ow, don't bite my ankle. Anyway, it sounds like we have 5 passengers to collect testimonies from. Let's go. Is this my room? Is this Scourger's magazine? I like to read the short stories. Yeah, I have a stuffed fish over there on the bed, Herc. Maybe you can play with the fish until I find you some snacks. Noted. But anyway, this does remind me of a puzzle. I wonder if I can remember how it goes. Puzzle 3, flipping the fish. Feels like the type of game you would have made. I think I would have done slightly different, but... By moving only 3 matches, can you make this fish face the opposite direction? Ho ho ho. Click and drag matchsticks to move it around. Double click a matchstick to make it rotate. You may only move matchsticks to spots on the grid. The matchsticks will complete automatically once the desired position has been created. You have used up too many moves. Moves 3. Hoo hoo hoo. Reset. I think I get it. So we have 3 moves. Make the fishy face the opposite direction. Reset. Okay. 1, 2. Oh wait, I see. 1. 2, 3.
I see it.
Did it. This should be easy for you, detective. Took me less time.
Puzzle has an answer.
Excellent work. You sure did flip that fish. It feels like the type of game you would have made. This should be easy for you, detective. Yeah, right. Clearly, I'm defective. Brr. Ow. Did you just bite my nose? Rude. Okay, I get it. I'll stop doing puzzles and get some more food. Yeah. You're lucky you're cute. You fluffy little brat. Wow. What a majestic beast. I want to pet him. Hold on a sec. There's something written on this picture frame. And it's a puzzle. Figures. This train is weird. Still gonna solve it, though. Lazy lions. Meet the world's laziest lion. Over the course of a 24-hour-long day, he spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does being awake. What fraction of the day does the lion spend awake? Please provide your answer as a simplified fraction. Blech. Should be roughly this. And since it's simplified, that's as simplified as it can get if one's the...
What you think, Herc?
Try again.
The answer?
The lion is not awake for 4 hours. Please place to the wording of the description. Meet the world's laziest. Over the course of a 24-hour-long day, he spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does being awake. Over the course of a 24-hour day, he spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does being awake. Hello, Greg. Horrifying challenge, but you could handle this, detective. Ew, Greg. He's a hashiburi badana. I don't know what that means. But hello, Greg. Welcome. He spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does awake. That's not... Means long time no see. Oh, that's sweet. Hello. Welcome. Horrifying challenge, but you could handle this, detective. For you're one of the best detectives I know. That's sweet. Yeah. It means long. Okay, gotta go. Bye. Bye, Greg. Have a good day.
What you think, Herc?
It's probably wrong.
Do you know the answer?
Over the course of a 24-hour-long day, he spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does being awake. That's not... I think he committed the murder, detective. Yes, I agree. He spends 20 more hours sleeping than he does awake. That doesn't work. What fraction of the day does this... 24 divided by 4 is 24 divided by 2. What does Hedgecat think about this? She's asleep. She doesn't care at all. Sure.
What you think, Herc? Do you know the answer?
He's not awake for 4 hours. 24 hours. 20 more hours sleeping. Oh, I get it. I get it. He spends 20 more. I get it. That is not fair. She needs to rest her great mind, you know. What does Hedgecat think about this? She needs to rest her great mind, you know. Yeah, true. It's division by 2. He's awake 2 hours. So, 24 divided by 2 is 12.
What you think, Herc? Got him.
You got it. That was some tricky wording, huh? Yeah. That's not fair wording. I hate word problems. Wow, that was really lazy. That really was lazy. Honestly, that line is a role model. So, it's my bag. I keep stuff in it. I have a song for it. Keeping stuff in my bag, keeping stuff in my bag, keeping stuff in my bag. I need to watch the coffee. The spare hat is really not necessary, but it's good to be extra prepared just in case. Okay, it looks like I've done all the puzzles in this room. Hello, you're one of the luxury suite passengers, right? Could I ask you a few questions? Of course you hate word puzzles, detective. Yeah, I never did well on them in school either. Hello, could I ask you a few questions? Of course I am! Jeremiah Price is my name. I'm traveling with my son, Victor. Son, but you look so young. You're too kind. I like to think it's my youthful exuberance and fun-loving joie de vivre that keep me looking so handsome and youthful. I wouldn't go that far, buddy. Anyway, what were you up to last night? Ah, this is about the murder, is it? Very well. If you can help me solve this puzzle, I'll tell you everything I know. It's about a cat, just like the little kitty you have there. Isn't he a cute one? Meow. I think you ought to give him more treats. He's got a hungry look in his eyes. Meow, wow, wow. You know, if you ever want to hang out with old Price, I'll give you as many treats and ear scritches as you want. Hey, don't you turn my own cat against me. Meow. Wow. You'd really sell me out for a handful of fishy snacks, huh? I see how it is. Munching on mice. I went the wrong direction. This is puzzle 13. I've only done puzzle. Hercules is a great mouser, but he's particular about how he eats. About how he eats. Beginning with a certain mouse, Hercules counts clockwise around the circle of mice and eats every 13th mouse. Hercules eats in such a way that the white mouse is eaten last. Knowing these two rules, at which mouse does he begin counting? For example, if Hercules starts counting mouse A, mouse B is the second, C is the third, and the white mouse is the 13th. He would then resume his count again for mouse A, skipping over the white mouse this time as it has already been eaten. Hercules eats in such a way. L, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1 eaten. 2 not eaten. 3, 4. So I think L might be the answer. Let's see if we look at this. If he starts at L, 1 eaten. Wait, no. Might be K, actually. He starts at K. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then 1, 2, 3. So it'll be the one behind the one he starts counting at. Always. So actually, I'd almost have to do like right across from it. One, two. He would then resume his count again from mouse A, skipping over the white mouse this time as it has already been eaten. The cats are part of the mob, you see. Yeah. If we start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Dead. And it goes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This one gets eaten. Then you start from the white mouse. 1, 2, 3. So it goes back actually quite a bit, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Eaten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Eaten. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. V here, actually. So if I do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's B. Because B goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, this will be 13. And then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then it goes to C and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No. 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, 11, 12, 13. Oh, actually, no. Maybe I need it to be on the third one. 13. And then this one will be out. So currently we've got A, B, D, and F out. So it's starting from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. H is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now J is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. L gets closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. C is out. 1. So it's not third one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. J is out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. E is out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, did I miss I? I might have. Let's just submit C. No, B. Let's just submit B. Submit.
This is my answer.
Preparing for the future. This is, yeah.
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved. This is my answer.
Perfect for your future, you see?
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Rat Skull. Welcome. How are you today? Nice to see you. This game is wrong. Well, you're defective. Came here for cute wolf drugs, and all I see is rat murder. Preparing for your future, you see. They're mice. They're mouse, I think. There's mice. They're not rats. They're mice. So B isn't white. I made it to, from starting at B, I made it to E. So I suspect G. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ahead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try G actually.
This is my answer.
Rodent murder is wrong. Try again.
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved.
No, that's wrong. Because if that's the case, then it'll go 1. Then it'll get rid of this one. Then it'll get rid of this one. Then it'll sit on this one for quite a while. And this is the answer. I wish I could draw on the screen, but you can't. If I start here and I end up here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's wrong. So if I move up 1, I might actually be C.
This is my answer. Perhaps this is a puzzle.
I'm just gonna brute force this at this point because I don't feel like counting.
This is my answer.
I can actually do this, but I don't want to.
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved. This is my answer. Perhaps this is
I say detective count better. Rodents don't have rights. I say slots should not have rights. Grass. Grass is nice. I like grass. We're trying to keep this one alive to last, so... What if we do D? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Counts clockwise the circle of mice and eats every 13. Yeah. I'm not that religious, so that's fine. See, we can just leave his body there, make it sit so much easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ick. No C. C is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ick. D is removed from the equation. Starting at E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. F is removed from the equation. E, G, H, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. H is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. J is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. L is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. E is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. G is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I is removed from the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, no, I'm missing these two numbers. What am I doing? A and B still matter. They still exist. I've totally botched this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need this to be right behind the... Because it'll go... Eliminate, 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 eliminate. No. Yeah, yes, no. Yes. Eliminate. 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 So B might actually...
This is my answer.
It's wrong, right?
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved.
G.
This is my answer.
So you want your final score?
This is a puzzle.
Plus the result to be KFC, I see. Almost solving the right question. Try again. I'm so close! I get it!
This is my answer.
This actually might be right.
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved.
What if we keep it to K?
This is my answer. Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved. This is my answer.
This is wrong.
Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved.
So from whatever you start, the back one, that one, then you sit on this one for quite a while, you skip, and then you end up here eventually. So actually starting at I.
This is my answer. Perhaps this is a puzzle best left unsolved. This is my answer.
Is it H? There's a hint button. I will not give in to hints.
This is my answer. Perhaps this is a puzzle best left.
You know what I should do? I should probably draw it out. I will not give in to hints. I can just brute force it. I don't think I've tried F yet.
This is my answer.
It was F. That's correct. But can here even eat so many mice in a single sitting? I got it with the guess. Brute force is an answer. I did not use hints. Wow, that was your schedule. What was your schedule last night? Please try to be specific. I gathered here with everyone else in the dining car at 8. That's when we had supper, you see, all together. Luxury suite tradition. I finished up around 8:30 and went back to my room for an early night. I see. Is that all? Well, not quite. Sometime after that, I had to use the restroom, so I head towards the observation deck. That took me through the back sleeper car where Mr. Wedgehurt was staying. As I passed the stateroom, I heard a loud shout come from inside the room, so I asked him through the door if everything was all right. Looking back, I should have been a lot more worried than I was. He told me he was fine and that I needn't worry about an old man like him. Interesting. Jeremiah may have been the last person to speak with the victim before his death. Not that I don't believe you, but is there anyone who can verify all this? Well, my son left for our stateroom with me, so he can tell you that I was there all evening and that I left. But when I heard Mr. Wedgehurt through the door, I think Cornelius was asleep, so I'm not sure if anyone can confirm what I heard. Thank you, Mr. Price. This has been very helpful. Now let's go this way instead. Hello, what's your name? I'm Helena. Oh, are you that cute short little thing that kept sneaking off to the restroom the past few days and ordering copious amounts of food, room service? Geez, Victoria, way to make a first impression. Yep, that's me. All right, you should come out and chat, socialize and live a little. Detective, I worry for you. So square. True, very square. But perhaps it was the right call to stay all cooped up at this time. It's horrible, isn't it? The murder? Yes, horrible. That's what I'm here about, actually. Can I ask you a few questions? Why, of course, my dear. Excellent. So about the poison, was it... But first, why don't you take a short shot at this puzzle? Really? Now? Number 5, fighting the flu. The recent virus has spread very quickly. Every minute, the number of infected cells in the body doubles. The virus spreads to every cell in the body in just 30 minutes. How many minutes does it take for the virus to spread to 1/2 of the cells in the body? One minute. 2. So 30 divided... Yes, your greatest enemy. Blech. Word problems. Blech. I do know this kind of math, of course. The virus spread to every cell in the body in just 30 minutes. How many minutes does it take for the virus to spread to 1/2 of the body? So, 1 times 2 divided by 30. One half divided by 30, I guess, would be it. No. 1 times 2 would be right. So... Two divided by 30 is a really weird fraction. I don't think I'm quite right. Maybe it's 1 times 2, 30 divided by 1 times 2. In which case, that would be, you start with the parentheses, 1 times 2 equals 2, then 30 divided by half is 15. In 1 minute, the recent virus spread for every minute the number of infected cells in the body doubles. Virus spread to every cell in the body in just 30 minutes. How many minutes does it take for the virus to spread to half of the body cells in the body? Should be easier if I knew the cells in the body, but I don't. It's like an absurd number too. Yes, your greatest memory, word problems. Ugh. Click here and type. 1 times 2, 2 times... 1 times 2, it's 1 times 2 to every minute. It'll go... Okay, actually, I got it. I wish I had a piece of paper to write this down. I've got it. It makes sense. Okay, I've been going about an hour. Let me turn on the math screen again. We're gonna quickly do this math. I know what this equation is, more or less. It's not a plus equation, though. It's kind of an arithmetic. So I think what I need to do is... So in 1 minute, we have 1. In 2 minutes, we have 4. In 3 minutes... Wrong. In 3 minutes, we have... What's the number? It's escaping me right now. You still have that? Yes, I didn't get rid of it. I just didn't bother. In 3 minutes, we have 4 times 2, which is 8. It'll just exponentially keep going up. So I'm going to do this. I know how I'm going to do this. So 1, 2, 4, 8. I'm just going to keep going until I have enough numbers. 4, 8, 16. I need to separate the numbers, apparently. One, 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 times 2 is... No, 16... Yeah, 16 times... 16 times 16. Oh, I've done this wrong. Forgive me. This is 16. This is... Because 4 times 4. 16 times 16. 6 times 6 is... I always forget. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36, I think. Yes. Is 36, and then 1 times 1. So, 136 roughly. It's a mental arithmetic. I don't like this. $136 would be about right, I believe. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That number's wrong. 6 times 6 is 36. 0. So the 6 remains the same. And then you add the 1 and the 6 together. So 76 maybe? I think. Let me get out a calculator. That'll make this faster. I'm getting out the calculator. I am not keeping this up all this. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Where is the stupid calculator? I never use it, so it's not here. I don't know where I put it. Do I have a fast track to it? I do. I don't know what math that was. 16 times 16 equals 256. I am so wrong. But it doubles every time, so 256 times 256 equals an absurd number. So in other words, it's an official hedge test. You can use your calculator. It's not an official test that you can use your calculator. I never use calculators. So for the answer, it's got to be something like at the very end, because you double it. It's 29 minutes. I was on the wrong screen.
How about this?
She took 25 answers for that one answer.
That was a close one.
I mean, 29 minutes. I mean, what? It's not an official hedge test. I just had to work my way around it. She took 45 minutes for one to another one. Yeah, I'm sorry. Ick, really not my favorite theme for a puzzle, but there's the answer. I apologize, my dear. I'm simply numb to it by this point. Don't worry, it's just a little too soon for me. Anyway, about the case, can you tell me anything about the poison used to kill Mr. Wedgehurst? What is 1/2 of 1.5? Duh. 0.5. Anyway, about the case, can you tell me anything about the poison used to kill Mr. Wedgehurst? I don't do well with word puzzles. Of course, it's rather uncommon powder called Vascocrine. It's used in paints and fabric dyes, but it's extremely toxic. It's safe on the skin, but ingest it even a little bit, and you're dead within an hour. I was able to examine the body before it was taken away, and I'm positive that consuming the poison was the cause of death. Thank you, that's very helpful. Meow meow. You're right, here, I should try to identify all the times that Mr. Wedgehurst ate or drank last evening. That should narrow it down the list of people who had the opportunity to kill him. I should be looking around others' mail. If it's anything to do with the case, I can just ask Cornelius about them myself. Oh, Hercules, just look at this painting. She looks so elegant. I wish I could go to a fancy ball someday. It'd be something posh and fancy in Paris. I'd have a nice big ballroom, something that twirls. Nice big ball gown, something that twirls with every round. And then I'd see him across the ballroom floor. We lock eyes. He's dark and stern looking, but undeniably cute. He darts his gaze away. It's forbidden for us to dance. But we make our way to the center of the room, all eyes on us. I drip my dress into a curtsy, and then I lift him up at the first debut in Paris to waltz with her cat. Wouldn't that be lovely? But instead, I grew up with the Great War and the flu. What a generation to be born into, huh? Yeah, huh? Oh, good catch, Hercules. Sir, can you explain the bloodstains on the suitcase? Ah, That's not blood. It's strawberries, actually. Strawberries, right. I knew that. I can recognize blood. I've totally seen bloodstains before. Yep, real pro detective over here. And this is definitely not it. Anyway, that does remind me. There's crushed strawberry residue spilled over in that corner because that's where the body was found before it was removed. They found him with a bag of strawberries and a broken teacup. My poor friend must have gotten up in the middle of the night and then just collapsed at the door. Strawberries, huh? That's an odd item to have on hand. I really wish they hadn't removed evidence like that. My bed is the closest one to the door. As you can see, the spot where the body is found isn't visible from my bed. So I didn't see that Archibald was lying there until this morning when I got out of bed to start my day. I see. Thank you for the information. Excuse me, sir. Are you Cornelia? So there are a few questions I would need to ask you about the murder last night. Yes, that's me. Meow. Ah, right, of course. I'm sorry, sir. I understand this must be a very difficult time for you. Anything you can remember at all would be super helpful to know. My apologies, miss. Archie was a dear friend of mine. The game is pretty short, I believe, so don't give away the answers. Yeah. Though with my apparent skills, it might not be. My apologies, Miss. Archie was a dear friend of mine. Well, I'm sorry to say that I don't recall much. After dinner ended, I returned here to our room with Mr. Wedgehurst for our evening tea. We enjoyed it every evening at 8:45 p.m., a post-dinner treat, if you will. On this particular evening, we decided to invite the lovely bookworm girl to drink with us. I take my tea with warm milk to help me sleep. I must have been asleep by 9:20, and that's the extent of what I remember. I see, thank you. It sounds like you were with the victim the whole evening. Did he eat or drink anything besides the food at dinner and the tea after that? I believe that's kind of the point, probably. I don't think so. I'm sorry, it's been an emotional time for me. I might need a minute or two. This is no good. I need something to take my mind off the murder. Perhaps a puzzle. Don't worry, I want to get to the bottom of this as much as you do, if not more. I just need a distraction. How about we solve a quick puzzle together? It's like you read my mind. Sure, I'd love to. Prosperous pirates. I'm doing these totally out of order, too. Your pirate ship has just seized a large amount of precious gold bullion. After carefully examining the booty, your crew has counted exactly 450 gold bars in the cargo hold. The pirate code describes a specific way to split the treasure. The captain gets 3 times as much gold as a boatswain. And each boatswain is owed twice as much gold as a deckhand. In total, your crew consists of 6 deckhands, 3 boatswains, and 1 captain. As the ship captain, how many bars of gold will you receive once the treasure has been fairly split? So, for 150 divided against, that's 10 people. So 450 divided by, let me just open this up. 450, nope, divided by 10. I shouldn't have to do this bit of math, but I do. Comes out to, first one carries over. So if they were splitting it, everyone gets the same amount, it would be 4, then the 5 goes down. around. Yeah. The 0 moves. 2 zeros, 5. Isn't 45 each. 45 gold each. I think, yes, that works. Or it might be 40.5 gold each. Would that be right? I don't have it written down. Let me just use a calculator. 450 divided by 10 equals 45. Yes, I got it right. I did my math correctly. But then the deckhands get half as much as the boatswain, and the captain gets 3 times as much as the boatswain. So in total, the deckhand gets like 5 gold. I need to just work my way up to that number, I think. After the first 2, everything else is math problems. Apparently. 36 gold. Why are you giving me answers? Let me see if that works. 36. Go down. Divide that by 3. 36 divided by 3 is 6. Go down again. 6 divided by 2 is 3. You only need, so 450 minus 36. Divided, no, 6, crap. 3 times 6. You are making this way too hard. I just can't remember how to do math properly on stream, apparently, unless it's very simple. My brain's not working. I can't remember how to turn things into fractions, apparently. Because this is all fractions. Apparently, I've just forgotten how to do fractions. Let her struggle. No, that's probably right, though. Needs to equal an amount where everyone gets a fair. 6 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 equals. What? 3 times 2 equals 6. 6 plus 6 plus 3 equals. 6 plus 6 plus 3 equals 15. It equals 15. I don't know where you're going with this, Ratskull, but I can do that much. I remember my order of operations. That I remember. Okay, so why did I do that? I don't know. Maybe because that's the... relates to the problem. 3 boatswain, 6 because you're getting annoyed or something. Yeah, fair enough if you're annoyed. There are 6. Oh, I get it, because it'll equal the same amount as the... No, it won't. I hate words. They don't make sense. I can read, but I can't do word problems. I hate it. Okay. 15. You got the numbers probably all from here because that's how it works. 3 times 2. Oh, I get it. That's the problem it tells you. The captain gets 3 times as much gold as the boatswain, and each boatswain is owed twice as much gold as a... So 3 times 2 is the amount of money. Oh, you're wrong? Nice. But I see where you're going with it, because it tells you that captain gets 3 times as much as gold as the boatswain, so it's 3 times 2. And each boatswain is owed twice as much gold as a deckhand. So it's... Oh crap, I'm wrong. Yeah. That's great. So I'm going to have this in a VOD. This is going to be immortalized forever. Hedge can't do math. And there are 4 people watching me fail. Oh, this is great. 3 times 2 times 2, actually. And then you have in total 10 crew members, 6 deckhands. So 6 times 2 plus 3 times, no, 6 times 3, 6 times 3, it's something like 6 times 3 times, no, I'm doing this wrong. Something's wrong here. 6 times something's wrong here. So 3 times as much gold as a boatswain. So 3 times 2 is 6. So if you divide 450 by 6, that'll be 6 goes into 4 0 times. 6 goes into 45 7 times. Carry the 3. And if you're making a fraction, you can just have it be 4 over... No. That's wrong. I'm doing fractions wrong. That's wrong. Carry the 3. So it'll be, what? 4 points... 10, I think. So 4.1. That would be 4.1 gold. That's wrong. I can guarantee you that's probably wrong. And 4.1 is... Yeah, what's the equation for that again? It's like... That would be... Let's see. 1 out of 10. 1 over 10. Or something like that. This is just Captain. How many bars of gold will you see? Yeah, no, this is wrong. Something's wrong here. 3 times 2 is 6. So 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times... I can't remember. My mom's coming in. She's probably very disappointed.
Driving me crazy.
150. How do you get there? I hate word problems.
Okay.
I can't read.
25. Whoops.
You didn't read
25.
Where did you get 25?
I can explain later. 25 times 6 is 150, right?
Yeah,
That's a
yeah.
deckhand. If you have 50 times 3 boat swings, that's another 150 plus 150 equals 300. And each one of these, if they're 50, 3 times 50 is 150.
So 300.
Wait.
That's wrong.
Right.
You've done this wrong.
I did it wrong.
Everybody's wrong.
Yeah. Just trust me. The captain gets 150. Right.
I'm being told no, 150 is the answer. The math was wrong though.
It was not.
Mom ended up with a number like 300.
No, because I didn't press the. Yeah.
I don't get it.
Please stop.
The
I'll
word-
show you later.
The word problems mess me up.
No, you're good at work normally. I'll show you
It's
later.
gonna keep a bunch of.
Because you have streamer brain, you could have done it in 5 seconds.
I couldn't. I always mess up those kinds of problems.
Okay.
I've never gotten them right at school or at home without help. And I was homeschooled. Word problems don't work in my brain. Give me an equation and I can do it. Give me a word problem to turn into an equation and I can't. Half the time I can't, yeah. I never knew pirates were good at math. It's true, it took good organization to keep those boisterous bunch of pirates in line. Well, it seems like you're feeling a bit better. Remember anything else from last night? Indeed I do, though to be honest, I'm afraid my account won't be too helpful, you see. It's something of a joke how heavy a sleeper I am. Everyone knows it once little Victor held a birthday party here in the luxury car with a full string quartet. And I slept through the whole thing. So all that's to say that I didn't see nor hear much last night after 9:20, even if it was quite loud. I can't wait for the next one. I can't do word problems. I see. Anything else to add? Well, sometime after tea, Julie came pounding on our door loud enough to wake even me up. I don't know what time it was. She said she was missing her bookmark and she wanted to come to look for it. I looked over and noticed that Archibald wasn't in bed. But as soon as I was awake enough to get out of bed and left Julie in, she said, "Oops, looks like it's right here after all. Sorry and good night." So I went back to sleep, or well, I tried to. A few minutes later, I overheard Archibald talking to someone out in the hallway. I thought it odd that he was still up and about, but I don't know. Maybe he simply needed to use the restroom and met a friend along the way. I see. Thanks for your account, sir. That was very helpful, actually. That's a lot of information he gave me. I'd better make note of the details in my journal so that I don't forget any of it. Good reminder. If I want to revisit any of the testimonies I've collected, I can check in my journal or talk to the passengers again. Hello. Julie, is that you? Ah, the wild Victoria has finally come out of its den. The remarkable creature feasts on a diet of strawberry shortcakes and coffee, yet still managed to keep a figure. Hey, you knew I was on board this whole time. Why didn't you come say hi? Ha, I know better than to interrupt you when you're eating and you ordered a ton of room service, so there was never a good time. Yeah, I suppose I do get pretty angry when I'm hungry. 6 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 times 2. Oh, that makes sense. Equals 24 divided by 250 equals 1.875 times 6 equals 150. That just isn't working in my brain. That just isn't working in my brain right now. But it's a lot easier to understand than it works. Now that makes sense. So 3 times 2 plus 3 times 2. Why is it 3 times 2 times 3 times 2 though? Wait, that 6 plus 3 times 2 plus 3 times 2. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 24. That works. Divided by 250 equals 1.875. That works. Well, I don't see how you got that from the word problem, but I do see how it works math-wise. Neat. Okay, I get that. That makes sense. I just don't get how the words turned into that. 6 deckhands. 3 times 2 boat hands. 3 times 2 captain. Six plus 3 times 2 plus. I don't get how that turns into that problem. I'm sorry. You're explaining it, Red Skull. But I don't get how it turns into 3 times 2 captain. I kind of understand 3 times 2 boat hands. Thank you for the hydrate. Words don't turn into equations in my head. Yeah, I suppose I do get pretty angry when I'm hungry. I'll admit that it's good to see you, though. For sure, we should chat and catch up on things. Indeed, though I'm very curious. What are you doing on board a train to Chicago? Apparently solving a murder. I suppose you're right. We can chat later. We are breaking everyone down to deckhands. Oh, because for a deckhand, you have 3. It's 2 times the salary of a deckhand is the boatswain. So that's 2 times 30 because there's 3 of them. And then it's 3 times the salary of a deckhand for the captain. So there's deckhand salary 3 times 2, and then okay, it's not turning into equation in my head even if you explain it. I'm very sorry, Red Skull. You need to give up on this lost cause. I'm streaming and trying to do math, and it's word problems, and it's just give me an easier way I found afterwards is you could break them all into one captain. I don't know. I suppose you're right. We can chat later. You need my testimony for the case, I suppose? You did your best, Red Skull. Don't just give up on this lost cause. You need my testimony for the case, I suppose? Yep. I'm just trying to put together a picture of what happened last night. Remember anything? So it could be broken into 1/3 of 150. That I could do. Easy. You're right. That is exactly it. Because 6 times 2 is 6 again. And then, because it's 3 times the... That's where I'm getting mixed up, because it's 3 times the boatswain's salary for the captain. It would be like, I would think of it as 9, because it's 3 times the salary there. It's not working entirely in my head, but I do get it. But if you see some similar though, that will help probably. Maybe, if I could understand how the words turned into that. Yep. But no, that does make sense. If you do... Because that then just turns into the equation of 6, 6, 6, which would be 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is then 18, which is, yeah. Yep, I'm just trying to put together a picture of what happened last night. Remember anything? I see how the math works. I just don't see how you get the math from the words. I need to work on my word problems again, I guess. Remember anything? Well, I do, but I'm going to make it difficult for you. I'll talk after you solve this puzzle for me. I've been working on it for a while. Right now? Really? Yes. Why? Revenge. What? Revenge? Don't you remember? Last semester you asked me, I have 2 coins that add up to 30 cents. One of them is not a nickel. What are the 2 coins? 2 coins up to 30 cents. One of them is not a nickel. So you have penny, dime, nickel, no. A penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. So it can't be a quarter and a dime. Quarter and a nickel? Yeah. A quarter and a nickel would be the answer, but it's not one of them is not a nickel. So what are the 2 coins? So it can't be a quarter and a nickel, since it adds up to 30 cents. It's a trick. One of them is not a nickel. Yes, exactly. 2. Exactly. I should not be spending my time on this. I have other puzzles to do. 2 coins. So 30. Look at it, Hedge. Yeah. It's probably like a dime. I don't know. Oh. Do you know how long I spent in the library on that one? Do you know how many florins I looked up? Conversion rates, dusty old tomes. I still think it was pretty funny. But no, the answer is a quarter and a nickel because one of the coins isn't a nickel, but the other one is a nickel. Classic. I love me. It's a pun. It's a pun. This is why I don't do well with word problems. Exactly. So the least you could do is solve this puzzle for me. That's pretty cruel. Puzzling polygons. 7. I haven't done 6 yet. Shape above are labeled according to a particular pattern. What number belongs to the last shape in the series? Your answer will be a 2-digit number. So they go together in a particular pattern. What? Your answer will be a 2-digit number. The shapes above are labeled according to a particular pattern. What number belongs to the last shape in the series? Your answer will be, so 4, 10, and 22 are the 4, 10, and 22 are the numbers we're given, and we need to figure out this one's number. So, what would be the pattern? 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 6 is 22. So the last one would be 22 plus 6. 22 plus 6 is 28.
Maybe.
That is 2 digits technically. Dragon.
Not quite, huh?
Not this time. Don't forget that Hercules will give you a hint if you feed him a fishy snack. Dragon. I didn't need it. 6 was not the answer. It is a pattern that would work here though. Or it's division, which would be 12, I guess. No, that doesn't work. $22, 10, 4. That is it works. It works. 4, 10, 22. If we're going in order here, that's 6. If the pattern would be that it's plus 6 each time. I have no idea on this one. Try 24. Fine, I'll let you. I'll show you. Oh, I forgot to submit.
Maybe.
It's wrong, isn't it? Yeah, I figured it was wrong.
Right,
Wait. 22, 10, 4. So 22. It's minus 12. 10 minus 6. I get it. I get it, I think. It's like just over half, so it's like, no. I think that would actually be correct. Maybe. If we divide that into 4s, then that's 5 over 1. If we simplify this one, they should all come out to 5 over 1, I bet you. All the problems. Wait, no, then that wouldn't work because that's 4. No, that doesn't work. Let's submit it anyway.
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh?
Could try 0, too. It might work.
Maybe, unless...
There's a pattern.
Not quite, huh?
Four plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 12 is 22. 22 plus 18 would be, I don't know. Uh, 40 maybe? I might actually not be wrong.
Maybe, unless...
I'm finding patterns. 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Hey, that math was not wrong. 47. Where does that fit into a pattern here? So, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Let's try 16, actually. I haven't tried it yet, and it's an obvious one for the hit.
Maybe, unless...
Unless I did try it. No, I did.
Not quite, huh?
Minus 12, minus 6. 22 plus 24. Yeah, we'll try it.
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh?
It's fractions. It's fractions. It's gotta be fractions. 22 over 4. Oh! If it's fractions, there's a possibility. 22 over 4 is equal to... No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. $22 over 4 would be equal to 4 and... What is that? No, 5. 2 over 4. So 5 and 1/2. Which you cannot get with the other, so that doesn't work. They're all even numbers, so this is likely to be an even number. 4, 10, 22, 6, 12, 6, 12, 12 plus 12. What's 12 plus 12? That's not 18. 12 plus 12 is 24. That's what you tried. That's what you had me try. 14, throw in the dark. It could be. Unlikely, though. What if it's 12?
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh?
Could be 8. It's gotta be 2 digits, though. Will be a 2-digit number. Try the hints. Fine. If it asks for money, though. Wait, some of these have hints ask for money, and I don't remember if this is one of them. So I'm not doing hints. Didn't remember if this one does hints for money. Four, 10, 22. 22, 10, 4. 22, 6. 12, 6. If it's 3, then it goes down to 1, which would work, but it won't do that. It's not the right answer. Try the hints. Yeah, I think that's a bad idea. Well, I know what the pattern is. The answer would, in theory, be, if we start at 0, 1.
Maybe, unless...
But it's not.
Not quite, huh?
Because it goes... 4 plus 6 is 10. Four plus 6 is 10. Or it could be 10. It could be... So 2, 5, 12. 2, 5, 12. Simplifying this into divided by 2, it's 2, 5, 12. No, 2, 5, 11. It's 2, 5, 11. 2, 5, 11. Yeah, it does come out to, if we simplify it like that, 2, 5, 11. The next one in the sequence would be 6 times 6, which is 12, added to 11, which is 23. 23 times 2 is 46. 46 is an obvious answer here, but it's not it.
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh? Maybe, unless...
It can't be.
Not quite, huh?
It's been almost 2 hours and I haven't even got through most of the puzzles. I'm terrible at this. Puzzles are my thing. I don't see the... Not puzzles. Patterns. Like, I see the 12, the 6. I see the 12 and the 6 in the pattern. I see they're all divisible by 2. If you were to turn it into a fraction, they both come out to the same fraction, I'm pretty sure. But if I apply that fraction to this, it doesn't work. Four plus 6 is 10. 10 plus... Wait a minute. What if we're missing... one? Let's just try typing in.
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh?
Thought so.
Maybe, unless... Not quite, huh?
Just go by a multiple of 2 at this point. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. I haven't tried 14.
Maybe, unless...
Why is it 14? You said 14 ages ago. Where did you get 14? You guessed right, always lost. Or you did it right. Great. After solving the puzzle, you're in great shape for the rest of the investigation. Shape, ha ha ha. Okay. So 4, 14, 4, 10, 22. Is it 4 plus 10? 14. Wait, where do you get 22 in the pattern? That's so frustrating. I don't see where 14 goes in that pattern. I picked a random even number, so it was just a guess. Yeah, like, where does that work in the pattern? 4, 10, 22. How are you supposed to get 14 out of that? Good work. I guess I've got my pay back now. You tried every other number. Yep. Yeah. I'm just here for your alibi on the night of the murder. My alibi, huh? You really gotten into character. Here's how my night went. I met everyone else at the dining car at 8 for dinner, just like we always do. Everyone was there except you. Ha! It's been because she already ate a half dozen strawberry shortcakes. You're such a glutton, Claire. Wow, way to sell me out there, buddy. Anyway, after dinner, I came out to the observation deck like I always do to enjoy the fresh air and read. That was at 9 o'clock sharp. But no sooner than I started reading, Mr. Rogers and Mr. Cornelius invited me to an evening tea. The room is the closest one to the exit, and I sit out here every single night to read. I assume that's why they thought to invite me. I was in a good mood, so I thought, why not? And we had a nice time drinking tea and chatting. It only took maybe 10 minutes, so at 9:18 I came back out here to keep reading. You're very precise. How do you know the times that well? Really, Claire? You know me. That's how I've always been. That's true. Julie loves her stopwatch. It's second only to her love of books. Anyway, at 9:44, I realized I didn't know where my bookmark was. I thought I had taken it out at tea and left it in the stateroom. So I knocked on the door and woke up Cornelius. He answered the door and told me he would look for it. But no sooner had he replied, I realized I had it. It was in my book all along. I just couldn't see it. Anyway, he went back to sleep after that or something. I don't know. I see. Is that everything? Well, there's one last thing that might be helpful. When I was out here reading, I heard a short conversation coming from inside the train. You try everything to do with the sap. I didn't get it. Everything to do with the shape. Shape. So... Oh! I get it now. I was never gonna get that. I'm sorry for yelling in your ears. Coming from inside the train. This must have been at 9:52. Oh! That was when what was the conversation about? Well, I couldn't make it out. All I could tell was that it came from outside Mr. Redshirt's stateroom. It was two men talking. Yeah, it was crap. I never would have got it. Well, that's nice. I see. Thanks, Julie. Hope you figure it out after this mess is over. We should grab something to eat from the dining car and catch up a bit. I'd like that. That's a whole lot of corn out there. Oh, look, Herc, I just saw a sheep go by. A sheep, huh? That reminds me. Of a puzzle? No, actually, they remind me of you. What? Uh-huh. Just out there, grazing mindlessly until something bumps right into them. Kind of like you in your stateroom these past 2 days. Wow, rude. What's that? I just heard something bleeding. Julie! Jokes aside, I do have a sheep-related puzzle for you if you'd like to hear it. Well, may as well take a look. 11, scholarly sheep. Va plus ma equal ble. Ble minus ma equal times ba equal ma. Ba plus ba equals be. Do you know that sheep have their own language? Well, now you do. Turns out they're pretty good at math, too. Can you make sense of their woolly words? Each word represents a positive whole number. Considering the equation above, what number does ba equal? 2. No. 3, maybe? No. Look, it's an equation. This should be easy for you. Yeah. Yep. Not a word problem. Nice, simple, just gotta figure out what X is. So it has to be a number that plus, unless, so ma is actually ba plus ba. 6, it's 2. Ba is 2. It's the only way this works. And ma is 4. So this be is 6. Be minus 4. Yes, it's 2.
Of course.
Now that's one way to put them on math. I think that took me the least. I got it! No, you can't eat that. A real live sheep would mess you up real bad, you know. Ah, yes. What would this nation be without inescapable corporate branding? That's a lot of corn. What? Yeah, what do you mean I'm boring? I just described what I see, huh? Sometimes I just don't have a lot going on, okay? I'd like to see you try and make entertaining and insightful comments about everything. Truly insightful from Hercules. Wow, that was deep. So someone speaks cat. I'm surprised you can still see the town from here. Oh. I need to talk to one more people. 9 out of 15 puzzles solved. Okay, that's not so bad. Oh, I still have 10 fish snacks, so I can actually give him some snacks. Okay, that's fine then. I still haven't found puzzle number 6. Yeah. If the victim was poisoned, then why was his body out of bed? Maybe he was going to the bathroom, but then why would he be bringing a teacup filled with tea? Maybe they wouldn't be looking through this mail. Seems what he left last night. If there was any trace of poison, it's long gone. Okay, your long description about the cat. Where is the bathroom, actually? Get any of it and you're dead within an hour. No one home. And it's locked too. I'm a little surprised these are all still here. It's not legal to serve some of these drinks anymore. Oh? This is where all the food, my food comes from. Let's see what's in this cupboard. A chess set? Oh, I see now. It's a little wooden puzzle. What do you think, Kirk? To take a break from sleuthing and solve this one with me? What do you mean? Of course I can take a break from puzzles by solving more puzzles. Those other puzzles are for work. Now I'm puzzling in my spare time. It's a different... Okay. Look, it's an equation. This should be easy for you, but it was evil. Like all cats. I can go there. How can you say that about Hedge? I'm a wolf, not a cat. Those other puzzles are for work. Now I'm puzzling it's different. I found number petulant princes. Nice. I found number 6, guys. After many long years of benevolent rule, it is time for Queen Victoria to partition her domain between her 4 sons. The only problem is they are very jealous and picky. One perfect equation will do. Your task is to create 4 kingdoms. They must be be exactly the same shape, be of equal size. Each contain both a castle and a prince. Click a square on the grid to change the color. There is one solution to this puzzle which will submit automatically. They won't move, will they? So each prince gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the easy prince. Maybe. Nope. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eight. 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's one too many. Oh wait, no, I know how this works. This should be red. Hedge gives us cute wolf drugs, no cat drugs. Sorry, it's been cat drugs. It's wolf drugs! It's not drugs! There's no drugs! One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I think that's actually about right. That should all be about the same. Return to express. No. That's correct, right? There is only one solution to the puzzle, which will contiguous. I don't see what I did wrong. What does this word mean? Contiguous. It's been donated by HedgeCat. Where did I mess up? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So everybody gets exactly 9 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9. 9. 4. No, this is green. This is right. Everyone has to share a border. That's what that word means? Okay, that makes this a little more difficult. Contiguous, adjacent, sharing an edge or boundary, touching, neighboring, adjacent, connecting without a break. The 48 contiguous states. So I need purple. Okay, this is doable though. Now that I know what the word means. That was the problem. So you get 9 squares to touch everybody. So that's already used up. Quite a bit. We've cut him off. Okay, that doesn't work. Purple has to start like this. No. Purple doesn't have to start like this. No. They have to be continuous. Be exactly the same shape. No. So it'll be determined by these 3. Wait, they might not have to be connected. Hello, Slop. Welcome. Slop, are you good at math problems? Oh, I see. What if... No, they do. That doesn't work. This one has to be red. Okay, this prince has to be red. There's no getting around it. This prince, I think, has to be purple. This one, I think, has to be yellow. What would be a good shape for all of them? Yeah. Nope. Everyone has to touch each other too. Oh, I got it. Guesswork. Good work. Now maybe they'll finally stop arguing. Back to Express. I figured it out in the end. That was a nice, easy thing. Phew, that one was tricky. Look for the fishy snacks in the cupboard. I don't think there are any fishy snacks here. Sorry, bud. I know. I've been on the lookout for some quality coffee myself, so I know how it feels. It's locked. I'll have to try knocking. Oh, what do you want? Well, sir, I'm here to investigate the kitchen. I'm a detective. Yeah, nice try. Kitchen is off limits. Now scram. Excuse me, I'm just trying to do my job, and I'm mine. You're getting in the way of my cooking. I'm here on the orders of Alfrosine. She put me in charge of investigating. Yeah, nice try. No way she'd pick someone so annoying. Plus, security's already checked the kitchen. Get the scope from them if you need it. I don't even believe you're a real detective. Now, as I said already, scram. This is bad. How can I investigate a poisoning without getting into the kitchen? Okay, let's think. Everyone on this train seems to love puzzles. Maybe I can strike a deal. You're saying that out loud. You're kind of a dork, you know. Right? Ha. Well then, how about a deal? You throw your toughest puzzle at me and I can solve it. Then you let me in. Why the heck not? Not like you'll ever solve it anyway. Wow, I can't believe that worked. You call me a dork and then you do something worse. Logic luncheon. Steak frites, steamed ham, asparagus sauté, linguine al fresca, grilled fish. Oh no, you've forgotten the orders of a table of 5 diners. You can only remember the following 5 facts. Every diner ordered exactly 1 dish. The dish Nathan ordered was also ordered by 2 other diners. Leo is a vegetarian and did not order steak, ham, or fish. Lily ordered the same dish as either Leo or Elaine. Elaine ordered either ham or steak. The kitchen sends you 1 serving of the grilled fish that belongs to someone on the table. Who ordered the grilled fish? Not Leo. Not Elaine. Nathan ordered something that was ordered by 2 others. Elaine is probably one of the 2. So it was Lily or Sam. It's Sam.
Here's what I got.
Agreed. Hedges. What would be a good shape for all? That was easy. That's right, but maybe next time it would be better to just ask them. Oh, I see. What would be a good shape for all of them? Agreed. Hedges, dork. I agree. Yeah, that's pretty true. But maybe next time it would be better to just ask them. Back to Express. Huh? I'm actually impressed. Guess I can let you take a look around. Finally! I'll unlock the door. Hold on a sec. Alright, come on in. Hey, what the heck? You're like my age. Yeah, who made this random guy some emperor of the kitchen? First of all, my name is Victor. Second, I work the kitchen during lunch. I'm trying to learn and get better at dinner. It's the Folsin Company's professional chef. And lastly, that's one heck of a way to address the guy who's had to fill out dozens upon dozens of strawberry shortcake requests. What? That's you? He's so rude, but the shortcakes are so good. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just busy, and you are very annoying. Hey, look, just know that if I say anything harsh, I do mean it, and it is personal. Nice way to put that. Now tell me what your name is so I can more effectively tell you to leave me alone. I'm Victoria, and this is my cat. Meow. His name is Hercules, because he's a legend and a hero. I see. So I answer some questions for you about the murder, and then you leave me alone. Is that how this goes? That's right. What do you remember? Well, to be honest, I was just in the middle of cooking something here, and you interrupted me at a very bad time, so... If you want me out of here faster, wouldn't it be easier to just tell me what I need to know? Perhaps, but if you're going to make my job harder, then I'm going to make your job harder too. Which will just make your job harder in the end. Now, no time for chit-chat. Solve this puzzle and we'll talk. A hard day's night. In chess, the knight is a piece that can move 2 squares in any direction, then 1 square to the side. Its path looks a bit like the letter L. Your task is to find a path that takes the knight to every square on the board exactly once. Think you can handle it? So it goes 2, 1, 2 squares and 1, then 1 square to the left. So here, here. Does it have to or not? I don't know chess. Shocking, I know. Well, I can do this, but that makes it overlap, so. Wait, if it can go any direction. No, I mean like this, doesn't it? All the blue squares are where you can go. So, if I take it to this blue square, because that's to the left, and I'm very smart for realizing this, but then it'll go here. Oh, it doesn't count the ones you've already been on. Reset. Reset. Okay. And you can still travel over the other squares.
I see it.
Okay.
That'll show him.
All the blue squares are where you can go. Finally, the chess stream. Hashtag let's make Hedge a chess grandmaster. Are you good at chess, Retsko? I don't know the rules. You did it. This puzzle's an old classic. Try it on a chessboard for yourself when you get the chance. No, thank you. It was easy, though. Well, then maybe I'll let you play against me sometime. You'd get crushed, of course, but there's no one else our age on this train except Julie, and she's always reading. Ha, aha. But you know, I grew up with very few friends, and I spent a lot of my time alone in my dad's attic with a chess set. Wait, is that really something we're proud of? Here's what I remember. Like 700 at chess.com. Please no links, Ratskull. No links. Wrong button. This is not working. Did not know that would be a link. And now stuff is clicking that I don't want to be clicked. This is not working. There we go. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Apparently that's below average. Better than me, probably. Here's what I remember. After dinner, which I was present for, I retired to my stateroom. I played some chess and studied a little for the upcoming semester. Oh, are you a university student too? Where do you go? Boston. Oh my gosh, me too. But like, where in Boston? Just this little college in Cambridge. Cambridge, huh? You can just say what school you go to. Anyway, you've gotten quite distracted and I have work to do. As I was saying, I was hanging out in my stateroom. My father was also there. However, I soon left because he was being loud and distracting. Oh? How do you mean? He was a surgeon in the war, but before that he used to do these music hall acts, a real variety of stuff. Puppets, ventriloquism, comedy, all that jazz. What's ventriloquism? It's the act where you hold a puppet and make it talk. You make it sound like your voice is coming from where the puppet is. It's weird and a little annoying. My father crafts, paints, dresses all of his own puppets too! It would be endearing, except it's hard to sleep when a room full of puppets is staring at you. Mr. Price seems like quite the character. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Sometimes after dinner, he gets a little rowdy and starts singing old folk songs. Last night was one of those nights. He's a decent singer, but it gets annoying hearing the same dozen songs over and over again. Sounds like he's a man of many talents, I never knew. Plus, I had a meeting to attend. No one else knows this, but I had an arrangement with Mr. Wedgehurst. I want to be a dessert chef, and Mr. Wedgehurst studied baking in France before he got wrapped up in business in the States. So one day we're talking, and I find this out, and he agrees to help me with my recipes. Only thing is, I didn't want anyone to find out, so it was our secret. Every night, an hour after dinner ended, he'd meet me here in the kitchen. You've eaten more than enough of my pastries to know what the training was effective. And that's it, really. I came here at 9:30 as planned, and Mr. Wedgehurst never showed. I gave him 7 minutes. He was very punctual, so after that, I figured he wouldn't be coming. I went to his stateroom after that and knocked to see if he was in. No reply. I went to bed after that. And that was your whole evening? It was. Now I have food to prepare, so scram. Step on it. You know, you're Victor and I'm Victoria. We both play chess. We both go to university in Boston. We sound like we should be like best buds. Not a chance. Well, here, that's the last of the testimonies we need. But I still have no idea who did it. Meow. Well, I suppose that's true. I do have some ideas. But I need to look over our clues again and give it some thought. Anyway, if we are done looking around, we should go talk to Elle and tell her what we found out. All the fascinating clues. Herc, think you can get up here? I want to see what's in those boxes. Well, what do you see? Ah, hold on, I'll catch you. Aren't you cats always supposed to land on their feet? Hush you. Are you okay? What happened up there? I see. Did you try calipers? Yes, worrying indeed. Hey, rude chef guy, my cat says your storage boxes up there are literally falling apart. He was walking on one of them and it broke apart beneath his paws. I would protest, but at this point, I just want you two out of my kitchen as soon as possible. There are some old crates in the back. I'll go get them, but I'll need your help to reassemble them. Building boxes. So I have 3 moves. Your task is to create 3 identical square boxes by moving only 3 matchsticks. Same rules as before. There's more than one solution to this puzzle. Can they be touching? See the 4 boxes above? Your task is to create 3 identical square boxes by moving only 3 matches. Wait, we're only supposed to have 3? And they can be matching. Square boxes. Easy, just remove the matches. Yeah, that would work. Stacking the matchsticks is not allowed. So you have 4 positions for those to be in. So like this isn't good. That's what it means by no stacking of matches. I get it. Okay. What's not essential? Ironically, we could probably easily do it just like this. But it's not allowed. So let me just figure out how to make it so there's three boxes without having leftover. The puzzle will complete on my desired certificate. If you have not used up too many moves, there would be more. Three identical boxes right there. Eric has a hungry look in his eyes. If I feed him a snack, he might be willing to give me a hint. Feed the cat. Let's see. Top and bottom. Yeah. If I move it up. Got it.
This is my answer.
There we go. No, it didn't even use the hint. Easy one. Ooh, building stuff is hard work. They keep their workplace so clean. They keep their workstation so clean. That's a lot of milk. Yes, it's for sating the dessert cravings of annoying detectives and their cats. Yeah, well, for someone who has to beat so much whipped cream, you've got twigs for arms. It's about technique, not strength. You make a mockery of the art of baking. I'll bet you couldn't even tell a macaroon from macaroon. Macaron. That's not true. I know a lot about baking. That's right. Herc and I do plenty of research whenever we cross paths with a delicious baked good. Fine then. You think you know baking? What would you do in this scenario? Oh, great. 14. Cutting the cake. It's your birthday and you've got both good news and bad news. The good news is that your friends baked you a delicious chocolate cake, but the bad news is that they are very impatient and want to start eating as soon as possible. You'd be happy to divide the cake between you and your 7 pals, but you'll have to make it quick. What is the fewest number of slices needed to split this cake into 8 pieces of equal size and shape? One, 2, 3, 4. It's 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, gotta be 4.
How about this?
What? Might need to think outside the box for this one. What's the fewest slices you need? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 slices you need. They will be equal size and shape. I mean, I guess maybe you could do it in 3.
How about this?
How?
Do it.
That's it. The trick was to cut the cake horizontally. You could also have stacked the quarters on top of each other for a very tall third cut. People can be so impatient they're hungry, huh? How does cutting it horizontally help? 1, 2. No, this does not work. Oh, I see. Actually, I get it. I get it. That's so stupid and would not work. But wait, no, that gets you 6 pieces, not 8. Wait, are you saying... That would get you 8, but oh my goodness, would I be upset if I went to the... Oh my goodness, if I went to a party and that's how they cut the cake. All done now. Can I eat it? No. Not even one of the 8 pieces? No. Please? No. Ugh, fine. Meanie. See if I can spell my name in the frost. Hey, hands off. Okay. I think this is the last puzzle of the game. Huh. Oh, I finished collecting everyone's testimonies. Oh, good. Do you have any idea who it is? Well, at first I wasn't so sure, but after giving it some thought, I think I have a pretty good idea. Great, would you tell me? Like me to go gather everyone in the dining room? What? Why? So you can dramatically reveal who the culprit is in an epic monologue, you know, like in the movie novels? What? No way. Are you out of your mind? One of them kills people, you know, like a murderer? Shouldn't we, I don't know, go to the authorities with the information and let them handle this? Nah. This way is much cooler, trust me. Well, if you say so. I just had one last question for you. Would you like to take a shot at one last puzzle? It's a tough one, just for you. What's one more puzzle between pals? You know what? Sure. Solving puzzles awkwardly placed into real-world conversations is my life now. This is the new normal. Well, good luck. You'll need it. That's cruel. Baffling bridges, too. What's this one? Time to make your sunny return to the islands. Your question this time is the following. What is the fewest number of bridges that must be added in order to make it possible to draw a path that crosses every bridge exactly once? You can build a bridge between any two islands on the map regardless of distance or the existence of other bridges between the islands. Let's start here. Oh, it does. So let's start. Okay, if we do so if we start here, there's a lot of squares here. So if we do something like so how many bridges would it need? If we start at this upper left corner, we go down here, 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 up. We go across again here. No. Start here, here, here. We start at the bottom left, right corner. So many of these bridges are extraneous. I'm gonna say 2 or 3.
This is my answer. Not quite, huh?
So if it's 1, 2, it's like if I could do nope, that would be wrong. What if we do
This is my answer.
it's a guesstimate.
Not quite, huh?
I'm guesstimating here.
This is my answer. Not quite, huh? This is my answer.
I'm just guesstimating here.
With
Excellent work. It's time to enjoy
Clair.
a nice tropical drink after all that building and walking. Back to Express. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't make progress. Well, I'm quite impressed. Let me know as soon as you're ready. Solve this case. What? Where did you even get those? I think it's Jeremiah. I think this is the murderer. Or Cornelius. I don't think it's Victor, but it might be Victor. Let's see. Nice job on the bridge puzzle. You're clever. You know that? It's all the cat. Well, then, shall I call everyone together? This is my last chance to solve any hidden puzzles or explore the train. There's no turning back after this. Yes, it's time to wrap up this case. Splendid. I'll tell the passengers to gather in the dining car. Meanwhile, be sure to look over your notes and prepare your big detective speech. Here we go. Investigation 1, a peculiar poison. Mr. Archibald Wedgehurst was a businessman who frequented Folsing Fortress Car Company rail line between Boston and Chicago. He traveled in an exclusive luxury car with the same passengers on board every month. This morning he was found dead in his stateroom floor. I was too busy eating strawberry shortcake in my room to notice anything nefarious. Fortunately, Mr. Folson's daughter tasked me with investigating Mr. Wedgehurst's murder. I think I know what happened, but I'll take some work to see if my suspicions are correct. This is my first real case. I'm pretty nervous. I'm ready.
Here we go.
Thank you all for gathering here today. My personal detective here, Miss Clair, has figured out the case. Your personal detective? When did that happen? Anyway, she's brilliant, and she's here to lay bare the facts of this case. Well, yes, I am brilliant. But putting that aside, I don't actually have this figured out yet. Shh, no, you have to act confident. Well, if you're really stuck, I suppose you could always check your journal by pressing J. If you can try it out now if you want. Well, I'll wait while you check. I can review my notes at any time by pressing J. That's good to know. Huh? Well, what does that she mean, pressing J? What is it, Herc? I guess you're right. We need to talk this out. Hey, I don't speak cat either. Translate or hurry this up. Hercules says he wants to start by establishing the basic facts of the case. Everyone all together. I've been awfully ill-informed of this case. How about we start with... Why, love, that's because you read books all day instead of keeping your eyes and ears open to what's around you. As I was saying, how about something simple like the cause of death? I'm just saying you ought to get out and socialize a little more. Maybe you could even bring home a nice boy. Aunt Helena, please leave me alone. This is a murder investigation, you know. Julie's right. I need to get control of the situation. Otherwise, people will talk over me and this conversation will spin out of control. Listen up, everyone. We're going to work through the case of events, the crime step by step. Let's see. What was the cause of death? Poison. That's right. It was poison. Poison? How dreadful. My poor Archie. Oh, come on. Poison? This is like something out of a novel. Mr. Wedgehurst was pushing 80. How do we know the old geezer didn't just, I don't know, flutter up to the pearly gates in his sleep? First of all, rude. Second of all, rude. Third of all, poison on our dear luxury car. The thought of it makes me dizzy. Yes, I'm afraid it's true. You see, it's true that my friend was reaching an old age, but I just can't believe he would have gone like this. Better believe it, Pops. Ahem. As I was saying, as much as I hate to admit it, Victoria does have a point. We all loved Mr. Wedgehurst, but I suppose his time was coming up. Why do I even bother? As Julie so expertly mentioned, this guy was old. Sounds like no one investigated the body, so we just have to use what we know. Mr. Wedgehurst was pushing 80. How do we know that geezer didn't just, I don't know, flutter on up to the pearly gates in his sleep? Oh, I know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I never found... Yep. First of all, second of all, rude. What if I click on her? Yes, it all appears we're trapped in a loop of circular reasoning. I see. How did we get them out of it? You need to point out the contradiction in their reasoning. You have to prove it with the piece of evidence we collected. Oh, I get it. Circular reasoning, oh no. The little red question mark will appear above my head over here. that happens, it means you should be on the lookout for logical contradictions. When you see the statement highlighted in red, that means you can change it with a piece of evidence from your journal. If you open your journal, when you see one, you can pick out some evidence and bam, do the detective Steve. But do be careful though. In each reason circle, there's only one statement that can be challenged successfully. Make sure you're certain that your evidence directly refutes what's being said. Red, question mark, highlight, words. Oh, dear, it's something you need to worry about. You know what I mean, though, don't you, cat? Do you need to hear what I said again? No, I've got it. Okay. Catch it. Anyway, as I was saying, Mr. was pushing on 80. How do we know the old geezer didn't just die in his sleep? First of all, rude. Second of all, third of all, poison. The thought makes me dizzy. Yes, I'm afraid it's true. You see, in old age, I can't believe he got... Point. We all love Mr. Vice, so he's coming up. Why do I even bother? No one investigated the cause of death. Hey. Victoria seems fixated on the idea Mr. Victor died of old age. But Victor seems fixated, but someone I talked to said that wasn't true. Yes, I know who it was. I think I missed something. See if you're actually good to connect the dot to Edge. It's gotta be Jeremiah is the perpetrator, but anyway. Don't forget, when you text in red, you know it's not true. Press J to select the clue. Catchy. Anyway, as I was saying... Okay. As I was saying... J. Helena says
This is my answer.
Hold it! Everyone, stop this nonsense. Helena here is a knowledgeable nurse. She used to serve in the war. Isn't that right, ma'am? Yes, thank you, sweetheart, for getting me these children under control. As I've been trying to tell you, I was able to perform quick investigation of the body this morning. Everyone was consistent with vascucrine poisoning. Vasco what now? You recorded what I told you in your notes, didn't you, my dear? It's a very odd poison, best to get everyone on the same page. She's right, the poison that was used certainly had some unusual properties. What's so strange about vascucrine? It kills almost exactly an hour after ingestion. It's harmless in small doses. It's colorless, odorless, and tasteless. Powder used in paints and dyes. Safe in the skin. Vascarine is a powder. It's safe if you touch it, but the ingestion, any of it, is deadly. However, that's not what we're interested in. Vascarine is a peculiar poison that kills exactly 1 hour after the time of ingestion, give or take a few minutes. Better the Ace Attorney than Danganronpa. Is that so? Give or take a few minutes. Exactly. You do well to remember that, everyone. Boring. Can we just get to who bumped into him? Bumped him off? I honestly cannot believe that we are the same age. Careful there, Jules. Don't you see what this means? You're suspect number 1. What do you mean? Well, what do you mean? It's quite simple, really. We know that the poison kills 1 hour after it's consumed. Any adult with half a brain should be able to see that this case revolves around one central critical question. Figured it out yet, cat girl? What's the question that's so important to this case? When did the victim eat and drink? I've got it. We need to know when the victim ate and drank last night. If we take those times and add 1 hour to each of them, we'll get all of the times that the victim may have died. Well, this may be a blessing in disguise, but my Archie didn't eat very much at all. Only once at dinner and again at post-dinner tea. Exactly my point. That was a tradition of yours, wasn't it? Why, yes. Every evening we enjoyed some tea together. And what was the missing variable all those other nights? Ah, yes, that's right. Julie. Now hold on, young man. If Archibald was murdered at tea, that means it was either Cornelius or my darling niece. I'll have you know that my Julie is so wrapped up in her books that she wouldn't have noticed an opportunity for murder even if she wanted to. I kind of believe that. Yes, you were tucked into that romance novel real tight almost the whole time we were having tea. She's far too starry-eyed and aloof to have poisoned my friend. Wow, thanks everyone. Now, hold on a moment. We have a detective here right now. Why don't we listen to... the facts? I hate those bookworms. They're always conspiracy-inspiring. Yeah. My father is right. You're all being far too emotional about this. Well, Victoria, what do you think? Seems we split down the middle. It's really very clear the victim was poisoned at dinner by Julie or Cornelius. I talked to Mr. Wedger sometime last night, but I forgot what time it was. That's important information. Why didn't you say it sooner? That's right. If you remember talking to him more than an hour after dinner, it means he couldn't have been poisoned at dinner. What do you remember talking to him? I told you, it was late. I don't know exactly when. We can't verify the times of Mr. Jeremiah's conversation with the victim. Actually, we can.
This is my answer.
Now, wait a moment, Julie. We do know when the conversation between Jeremiah and the victim happened. Huh? We do? Yes. Don't you remember? You told me in your testimony you said it happened at exactly 9:52 p.m. Ah, yes. I suppose I did. This is what I get for being so punctual all the time. And Jeremiah spoke to the victim at 9:52. That means the victim can't have been poisoned at dinner. That's because dinner ended at 8:30 p.m. And Vasocrene takes an hour to kill. You hear that, Julie? We're on to you. You know what I hear? I hear the sound of you shutting the heck up. Also, it could have been Cornelius. All three of us had tea together, you know. Me? Poison my best friend? I could never! What time? 9:42 or something? And I'm at almost 3 hours. Oh boy, sounds like we're due for another split. Was it Julie or Cornelius? Perhaps Mr. Wedgehurst poisoned himself. A suicide? I suppose it's possible, but we should look at other options first. I didn't do it, I swear. Julie, it's awful, but there's no way around it. That's right. If Mr. Wedgehurst was poisoned at tea, then it could have only been Julie or Cornelius. Thank you for the hydrate, Akira Neko. Neko. I'm sorry I misread that. I would have taken 3 times the hour's edge. I believe in him. Which one? Mr. Wedgehurst poisoned tea. It would have been Julius or Cornelius. Wait a second. What is it? Did you notice something? As much as I enjoy messing with Julie, perhaps Mr. Wedgehurst was not poisoned at tea time. Huh? Something just doesn't line up. You figured it out, haven't you, Claire? Let's see. The only other chance to poison the victim was at dinner. Dinner ended at 9:30. That means that victim would have been dead by 9:30 at the latest. Wait. He died at... Hmm... 8:45, 9:30. He never showed up. Y'all. 9:52. Wait. It's too long. 9:52. he was alive. If he was alive at 9:52, they had tea at 8:45. He's been alive more than an hour. Give or take a few minutes. Up to 7 minutes. That could be right before he died. But then... at the latest. And there's nothing to say that Mr. Rorschach might have been dead at 9:30. By 9:30. There is actually... For all we know, he was just relaxing in his storeroom. I just don't see anywhere stateroom around it. Besides, we already know that he was still alive close to 10 p.m. That's when I overheard him talking to Mr. Price. No. There's definitely something strange going on here. If Mr. Redhurst was still alive after 9:30, something would have happened. And that something didn't happen last night. We all can't be as clever as me, of course, but perhaps Victoria will catch on soon. What is he talking about? Is there a clue I'm not seeing? You know what? They're both guilty. Probably. Better check my notes again, pressing J. Was it Julie or Cornelius? Okay. Great. Let me click through a little bit. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There is. Desserts. This is my answer.
This is my answer.
Hold it. I've got it. The victim truly died an hour after tea time, then he certainly wouldn't have been alive at 9. If the victim truly died an hour after tea time, then he certainly would have still been alive at 9:30 p.m. And if that were true, then Victor would have seen him in the kitchen. You see, every night, Victor and Mr. Redhurst would meet in the kitchen now to work on dessert recipes together. What if the testimony is fake this whole time? I don't think this game's that complicated. Isn't that what you told me, Victor? Yes. However, Victor didn't see Mr. Redhurst last night. He missed their nightly meeting. Let's see. You bake desserts? This is delightful, son. I simply must have some. I'm afraid you're missing the point. Victoria is pointing out a major contradiction. Yes, every night Archibald went to the kitchen. Suddenly one night he does not. It's possible that Mr. Redhurst was poisoned at dinner and died around 9:30. It would explain that he missed our meeting. Is that all the evidence you have? We're just supposed to take your word for it? Victor is suggesting that Mr. Redhurst was poisoned at dinner. Then, shortly before he was supposed to meet Victor in the kitchen for dessert making, he died. If that was true, it would explain something odd about the crime scene. What evidence strengthens Victor's argument? I hope I'm not missing anything. Victim's body was found near the door of his stateroom, not in bed. But evidence strengthens Victor's argument. Electric chair for one. For all. Electric chair for all. Interesting. I like that solution. $9.30 for desserts. Tea time. What strengthens the he was already dead argument? I actually think he might. It's not the condition of the crime scene. Victor's baking lessons are at 9:30 every night. That's exactly 1 hour after dinner ended. If the timing was right, then perhaps Mr. Wedge started on the way to the kitchen. If he already did at 9:30, why someone heard him talking with Mr. Price? Well, they think it's his voice, but they aren't sure. It was heard two male voices, which could be any male. Or anyone with a masculine voice. There are two other men it could have been having that conversation. If the timing was right, then perhaps Mr. Wedgehurst died on the way to the kitchen. That would explain why you found the body next to the door along with a shattered teacup and a bag of strawberries. Perhaps he was simply on his way to the restroom. Herc is right. Who brings tea and fruit to the restroom? That's an interesting theory, but is that all the evidence you've got? It's just his ghost. It's true, this is all circumstantial. You don't have any hard evidence. Look, I'm doing my best here, okay? This isn't a real courtroom or anything. You tell him, Herc. This is on all of you for having such confusing and conflicting... This is on all of you for having such confusing and conflicting testimonies. Anyway, the real issue is that both myself and Mr. Price heard Mr. Wedgehurst speaking at 10. If what Victor is saying is true, and Mr. Wedgehurst died around 9:30 on the way to the kitchen, then that shouldn't have been possible. Julia's right. That's a pretty major contradiction. How can we reconcile these two competing facts? Let's review what we learned so far. There are two leading theories to explain Mr. Wedgehurst's death. Victor thinks that Mr. Wedgehurst was poisoned at dinner and died around 9:30 on his way to the kitchen for their nightly baking lessons. This would explain why we found Mr. Wedgehurst's body near the door with a teacup and strawberries. On the other hand, Julie and Jeremiah think that Mr. Wedgehurst was poisoned at tea time. That's because Jeremiah said he talked to Mr. Wedgehurst at around 10 p.m. and Julie overheard the conversation. If Mr. Wedgehurst was still alive at 10 p.m., then he couldn't have been poisoned at dinner. This is because people poisoned with vests always die within an hour and dinner ended at 9:30. How did I do? Did I miss anything? I'm thinking about the idea that Mr. Wedgehurst was poisoned at tea time. The major evidence for that is the testimonies of Jeremiah and Julie. Is that right? That's right. Unfortunately, there's still little concrete evidence for that either. It's true that much of this case has been built off testimony alone, but isn't there another person who can confirm that story? Huh? When you were reporting to me earlier, you mentioned that one other person heard Jeremiah and Mr. Wedgehurst talking. Three separate testimonies all say the same thing. Sounds pretty decisive to me. She's right. Who else overheard the victim's last words? Cornelius. If I remember correctly, Cornelius also heard the conversation between Mr. Price and the victim. Isn't that right? Yes, that's right. I was awake when it happened. But you're just such a heavy sleeper. What are you doing up so late? Julie woke him up. But anyway, Julie, Jeremiah, Cornelius, let's review your testimonies one last time and make sure they match. If all three of you recall hearing Mr. Wedgehurst alive close to 10 o'clock, well, that seems pretty decisive to me. Cornelius, could you please give your testimony one more time? Of course. Like you all, I was at dinner at 7:30. Mr. Wedgehurst left with me at 8:30, and we headed back to our stateroom together. As you know, we always enjoy a bit of tea after dinner. Yesterday evening, we decided to invite Julie to have tea with us. We had a nice time chatting and drinking tea, and we wrapped up the tea party around 9 o'clock. Okay, that fits. I keep to a strict bedtime, you know. I went to sleep immediately after that. The next thing I remember is Julie pounding on our stateroom door yelling about some missing bookmark. So it's Victor? It might be. I'm a heavy sleeper, but that was enough to wake me up. Can't refute that. I went to enter the door, but just as I was getting out of bed, Julie shouted that she found it and not to worry. So I laid right back down. I didn't even leave my bed the whole time. Of course, after that incident, I was wide awake. I tossed and turned in bed. I couldn't fall back asleep no matter how I tried. I remember noticing that Archibald wasn't in our room, but there was a blind spot behind my headboard, so it's possible he was lying on the ground there already. No, who was at tea with him? It's either this guy or her if it's the tea time. It's you, maybe. Lying on the ground there already. After some time, I heard footsteps in the hallway. Then I heard it sounded like Jeremiah and Archibald talking together outside in the hallway. That's the last thing I remember before I fell back asleep. I see it. There's a contradiction here with one of the other testimonies. But what is it? Cornelius, could you please give your testimony one more time? Of course! Like, oh, I was at dinner. Okay. Okay. That matches. Okay. That matches, I believe. So she spoke with him. Mm-hmm. Who could it be, I wonder? There's something wrong with this statement that doesn't match with Jeremiah's. Okay. Chair for everyone. Yes, chair for everyone.
This is my answer.
Hold on, sir. Did you say that you heard Mr. Wedgehurst and Jeremiah talking outside of your stateroom? That's right. It was very odd, now that I think about it. Archibald's voice sounded like it was coming from inside our room, but I looked around and he wasn't in his bed or anything else in our room at the time. Of course, there is a blind spot in our room that you cannot see from my bed. It's the floor right in front of the door. It's behind my headboard. Of course, that's exactly where we discovered the body of his this morning. Well, that's odd, because Mr. Price told me that he spoke with Mr. Wedgehurst through the door. Mr. Wedgehurst wasn't in the hallway with you, Mr. Price. Isn't that right? Why, yes, it is. Your cat did it. Evil cat killed that old man. Maybe. Why, yes, it is. I think I'm getting a good picture of what happened. Mr. Price, would you mind giving us your testimony one more time? Of course. I did have a very busy evening. After dinner, I retired to my stateroom with my darling son. We enjoyed a bit of rousing tunes together. It was good fun. I can vouch for that, the singing part, not the fun part. After a little while, I had to use the restroom, so I headed for the back of the train. I don't remember how it started, but that's when I had a short conversation with Mr. Wedgehurst. Why kill the rat? Rat-sized electric chair is also needed. Why kill the rat? It has to be everyone. Sorry, I don't want this. I don't want this. Short conversation with Mr. Wedgehurst. As I mentioned, I spoke with him through the door. After that, I continued to the restroom. Then I returned to my stateroom. Hold on. Did he just change the story on me? I feel like something is different this time. But what is it? Mr. Price, would you mind giving us your testimony one more time? I know exactly what it is.
This is my answer.
Hold on a minute, Mr. Price. You said just now that you don't remember what led to your conversation with the victim, but earlier you told me that you approached his room because you heard a loud crash. Isn't that right? Ah, well, yes, I suppose I did. I simply forgot to mention it. I see. Julie, did you hear any loud noise before you overheard the conversation? Actually, I did, but I'm afraid that doesn't confirm anything. The train tracks often make loud screech and crashing sounds. Inside the train, they're really silent, but outside, there's no escaping them. So I'm used to having my reading time punctuated by random loud noises. If we can't cover up our crime, we need a gun and lots of bullets. Woo! Sounds like a solution to me, Retzel. If I heard a loud crash coming from the victim's stateroom, I would remember hearing it. My brain would have tuned it out. Julie's right. Although it was quiet enough on the observation deck to overhear noises from inside the train, even if Julie heard the same loud crash as Mr. Price did, she wouldn't have thought anything of it. Speaking of Julie, perhaps we should hear what she has to say again. Repeating her testimony, you know. Not so fast. I think I need to ask something first. Cornelius, did you hear that loud crash? I heard no such thing. And I'm sure of it. Normally I wouldn't have been up that late, but I was still wide awake since Julie had stopped by earlier for her missing bookmark. Well, this puts us in a peculiar spot. Quite so. Cornelius and Mr. Price, your testimonies are completely different. I hate to say it, but either your memories are awful or one of you is lying. It's certainly suspicious that their stories are so different. It hasn't even been 24 hours since the crime. Archibald was my best friend. How dare you suspect me? I understand how bad this looks, but I can't explain. You see, I've got nothing. Now look here. I know that none of this is conclusive evidence, and I haven't ruled out every crazy possibility that there is. But right now, you two are far more suspicious than anyone else on board. You're directly contradicting each other on two big details of the case, and neither of you have an explanation for it. Detective dear, if I may, go ahead. Vascocrine is a very uncommon substance. Perhaps we should think about who may have had access to it. Guilting for both. True. Do you remember what I told you about where Vascocrine? Vascocrine is found. Paints and fabric dyes. I see it. If the culprit were to have access to Vascocrine, it would have to come from a dye or a paint of some sort. Yeah, that's right. No need to extract the poison from the mixture either. Just drip some paint into their meal and voila! Whoa, I had no idea paint was so lethal. Yeah, it's not good for you. Herc says that we didn't find anything like that in any of the rooms we visited on the train. Paint has a very strong smell. His sensitive kitty nose would have picked up any scent of it. You don't investigate every room on the train though, did you? No, we didn't. Well then, Mr. Price and Cornelius, did either of you have access to any paint or dyes? Why does she know that information? Note, stop eating paint. Meh. Don't question it. It was explained earlier in the game. But it's so tasty. You'll probably be fine if you're not dead yet. You've probably built a resistance or something. You have access to any paint or dyes? Of course not. You've got to look around my stateroom yourself. Did you see anything like that? That's right, Herc. We didn't. And you investigated every public area on the train. You cat says that he smelled no vasogagaline, whatever you call it. Your cat didn't detect any poison in either my stateroom or any of the public spaces on the Folsom Express. Rest to red paint only. I'll trust you. That's why I can't have access to the paint, to the poison. I couldn't have access to the poison. I couldn't have gotten paint or anything like that either. What kind of person would keep that lying around? As a musician, I travel with some musical instruments, but paint? Nothing about my career suggests that I've had anything like that just lying around. Now that's a lie. We found our liar, guys. I knew it was him. Cat did it. It is a why. Father passed the captain in the army multiple. Lieutenant of the guard's face.
This is my answer.
Poor Victor. Show's over, Mr. Price. When I was talking to Victor earlier, he told me that you had a music hall act. Is that right? Well, yes, but I don't see. Specifically, it was a puppet act. He also told me that you made and painted your own puppets. Is that true? It is, but that was many years ago. They say there's nothing about today. Fine then. If you're so confident, we'll find nothing. Then how about you let us inside your stateroom to check? As I recall, the door was locked. I couldn't get into it during my investigation. If there's no paint in there, then you're just in the clear. Now? Don't go investigating a man's private property. It's over, Father. Just fess up. Someone seems to believe it's a dad. I believe Hedge did it. She looks like a cat. I'm a wolf! A wolf! Is there an admission of guilt? Is that an admission of guilt? Look, all I know is that there's a ton of paint in our stateroom. I would know because it's my room too. It really stinks up the place. I just didn't mention all the paint because I didn't think it was relevant until now. Victor, why would you say something like that? Why would you go and poison a guy? I'm not going to stand by and get implicated in your schemes. Wait now, how did you explain the conversation, from earlier? I wasn't at tea and the conversation happened late enough that Mr. Redhurst couldn't have been poisoned at dinner. That's still a solid defense. Yes, that conversation really complicated this case. And to tell the truth, I struggled with it quite a bit. But while I was looking over Victor's testimony again, I noticed something that explains it perfectly. You see, how to explain the conversation between Mr. Price and Mr. Redhurst? I like this answer. But this is probably the right one. No, she's not a cat. If she were one, she would be Ginger. No, Hedge is cute wolf with cute wolf drugs. The cat is Hector. Hercules, you mean? It never happened at all.
I see it.
You see, Mr. Price, I don't think the conversation happened at all. What do you mean, Claire? I definitely heard the two of them talking, and so did I. Right, but Mr. Price's puppet act wasn't just an ordinary puppet show. It was a ventriloquist. He was a ventriloquist. Could he really imitate Archibald's voice so well? If he could, it would explain a lot. It would also explain why you heard Mr. Redhurst's voice coming from inside your room even after he was dead. Well, now between this, the loud crash that didn't actually happen, and access to the poison, I'm convinced. There's also the location of the body in the bag of strawberries. The only story that makes sense is the one where he died on the way to dessert lessons at 9:30. Now hold on, everyone. This is just a theory. We don't have any decisive evidence yet. We need to keep going until... Save your breath, detective. I mean, at least she wants to do things right. Do you want me to make her here a cute cat ginger medal? I'm good. I'm good. Save your breath, detective. I concede. What? It happened as you said. I poisoned Mr. Redhurst at dinner. I knew how time-sensitive the powder is, so I decided to prove that Mr. Redhurst was still alive well into the evening. That way it would appear impossible for me to have poisoned him at dinner. Nice. I knew that Julie likes to read out on the observation deck, and Mr. Redhurst's stateroom is the last one on the train. I figured Julie would be able to hear me if I faked a conversation and that she would back up my story. I also threw my voice so that it sounded like it was coming from inside Mr. Redhurst's stateroom. That way, if anyone passed by, things would have seemed normal. Of course, my plan depended on Cornelius being asleep. How was I to know that last night of all nights he would be awake? I suppose I was lucky he didn't step out of bed and see Mr. Redhurst lying there on the floor. I still can't believe it. So that's it? That's really what happened? Yes. But I just don't understand. Why would you do something like this? My motive? Well, the motive was to test your detective skills. What? That's right. Mr. Redhurst doesn't exist. Nice. Yep. We set the whole thing up. Nice of you to be so useful. It's murder of Sonic the Hedgehog all over again. It was all a game. I volunteered to play the bad guy. It just sounded like the most fun. That's a good reason. They're guilty of lying. They deserve the electric chair. True. I feel really bad for tricking you, Claire, so I'll explain. Elle approached us a while ago and asked if we'd like to help out. She said that job Mr. Filson wanted your help for is really big and really important. So Elle had us all set up a fake murder case for you to solve to prove that you have what it takes to handle a real investigation. And you passed spectacularly! You guys, you would why would you do something like that? Alright. The case waiting for you in Chicago is very serious and potentially dangerous. It simply wouldn't do for a detective with no case experience to work on it. I don't think this counts as experience. If it were up to me, I wouldn't have pulled a grand charade like this, but my father insisted on it. I thought that was a real case, a real murder. I was so proud of myself for figuring it out, too. Now, listen, this murder really did happen. Elle found it in a pile of old case files. Nice. Hector is making him recover from all those puzzles. It's all for nothing. It was a tricky one. I'm so impressed you were able to solve it. I'm still mad. That's understandable. But you just solved a big case! Why don't you get some rest and then... Rest? No, I want to hear about the Chicago case. I need to study and prepare for one if I don't want to do a repeat performance. Me. I suppose you're right, Herc. I guess it's Herc instead of Heck, and I've been saying Heck. I'll get some rest for now. Splendid! Tomorrow I'll tell you all about your new case. I'll get some rest for now. Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. I thought this case was meant for my dad. The letter you said, Dear Mr. Clair. We knew that your father was on investigation with that letter. It was a trap all along. Wait, why would you choose the kid? But we figured that you'd take the bait and come along anyway, and I guess we figured right. Wow. Can't wait for the next one to have murders to not have murder too. I don't know if there will be a next one, but it could be neat. If there is a next one, I would play it. And I guess we figured right. I suppose so. But why do you want me for this big important case? I'm kind of a nobody. This next case, well, I think it's one that only you can solve. But I'll leave it at that. It's time for sleep and strawberry shortcake now, and pesky details later. I mean for like the next visual novel, I guess. Yeah, it's fun though. Sleep and shortcake, huh? I can agree with that. I can't argue with that. Literally. She will do anything for sleep and shortcake. Seems. And that's the end of the game, I think. That was a nice little short game if I could do math and word problems. I can do the equations. I think the fastest one I did was insert the number. Thank you so much for playing our game. Aw, that's cute, sweet. I wanted murder. Me too. Too bad there was no murder. So sad. I wanted murder too, after the disappointment of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Murder Express. It was so sad. And now it's another one. Oh, no, it's the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Whoops. Mixed it up. Another one where they don't actually kill anybody. It's so tragic. Truly. I'm suffering heartbreak from this. We have not solved this bloodlust problem. True. But I wanted it to be a murder too. Would have been nice. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you all enjoyed today's stream. It went really well and long. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I had fun. I hope you all did too. And have a great day. Bye-bye! Unless there's an objection. We need Phoenix right. Bye. Bye-bye. I don't have money. Bye-bye.